Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2, the Team Alpha X versus Team Exxon World Finals, and by that I mean it was a clan war, but the best of these teams coming out in the last match. Let's first introduce, and for Team Exxon, the new and improved Puck. She's known as Nina. Still putting out the exciting games, even more so. With been playing a lot more regularly this year. I think a lot of people have been inspired with the new ESL Pro Tour and stuff like that. And also, they can't go outside, so there's that as well. In the bottom left, his name not indicative of his playstyle, but also so much fun to say. The champion for Team Alpha X. Not in the sense he won, but in the sense, like, he's what they put out to... You got it. It's Cuddle Bear! Nina and Cuddle Bear have had, like... I think I probably, if you go back, if you've been watching for a while, either on YouTube after liking and subscribing, really slip that in there organically. Cuddle Bear versus Nina, or Cuddle Bear versus Puck, has been, like, 5 to 8 matches in the last year, because every time they face, it's just... let me explain it. Something like that. So, Nina's taking the gold. So some gold digger action here. The downside of taking the gold is it can be hit from the back until you start mining through the minerals, which takes quite a while. Meanwhile, there's also... The gateway and the core are splitting the difference on the ramp. I have no idea. I guess... Is this a standard build? It's Golden Wall. So... Grenade only bounces the Reaper itself. Stop hitting yourself. Oh, the probes looking for the flank, but don't find it. They were a little off the mark. But the Reaper can only jump out on the northern side here. Does he have the grenade in time? Oh, the probe trying to combine for the damage. Twilight Council is on the way. Nina's just decided this base is for production only, and a Stalker pops out just in time to snipe the Reaper, but the Twilight Council was scouted. So... how does this play out? If you're Cuddle Bear, I don't know. There's obviously a medevac is on the table. A medevac, I'm already confused. I'm tripping over my words, just like I think Cuddle Bear is going to be tripping a little over his build. Because this isn't, you're not supposed to do this. Because a single medevac or like a Liberator is going to be almost impossible to deal with, especially before Blink finishes. And I think it will be a medevac first out of Cuddle Bear. Because, like, you have to, right? Like, you have to just go for it. The thing is, these gold minerals, 40% increased return, that income advantage already starting to show up, and there's not that much income to be had this early in the... The Adept slides into the base. A little lazy from Cuddle Bear. You don't want him in here. Seeing that the base has... The mineral wall has been mined out, so now giving access to that backdoor third. Yes, the Adept will die, but it takes a couple SCVs and gets a full scout. Also importantly, the starport moving to the tech lab. That is very, very key to note. You need shield batteries, you need some detection. Cloaked Banshees are expensive and they take a while, but when they pay off, they're sometimes game-ending. Because Protoss players opening Blink don't always get a robo very early. Alright, the Hellion. Oh, it gets 2 kills before the shield battery comes up. Oh, the dance. The dance. He mined through so the Hellion could go to the underground. Oh, goes for the foot. What am I watching? What? Okay. Okay, yeah, that was cute, but once the like, Hellions don't outrange Stalkers, but the minerals kind of. That's a clever play, but it's not gonna get the damage he might have hoped for. Here comes Banshee number 1. There's no shield battery in the main. There's no shield battery. A robo's on the way. It's not done yet. Meanwhile, the boys... Is he gonna bunker rush the back of the base? You... Cuddle Bear. I feel like this is almost playing into Nina's hands, because when you go for a gold base like this, you're expecting it. It's a massive target, but uh-oh. The Banshee's starting to go to work, and splitting your forces at all. Wait a second, he jumps over the minerals. Blink is done. Surprise, Marines, go home. We don't like your kind around here. The scan, though, there is a tank. Will he blink onto it? He does! He's blocking forward! Banshee's still doing damage in the main. Another Banshee shows up to the party, but it's a little late. Meanwhile, the Banshee in the main base was working on the pylon. A little lazy from Cuddle Bears. He's obviously microing on the other side of the map. A lot of Stalkers die. Where are you going? Oh, no! All the Stalkers will eventually die. Nina's down to 36 probes and against 42 workers from Cuddle Bear. This is kind of falling apart a little bit. Now, the shield battery's helping. The Banshee's nearly out of energy. Observers should be coming up. Another Stalker goes down. The Banshee and the Maid did so much, really swept the rug out from under Nina here. But now we're fighting on both fronts, the underground and the overworld. The tank, the Zealots trying their best. The Stalker doesn't get the last shot. The tank lives, but another Stalker's on the hunt. Come on, you got this. You got this.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
And he gets the tank! So far, like I said, did I not explain this, okay? Now, without sound, that doesn't have the dramatic effect, but... And we're 7 minutes in, and nobody's stable. Nina's gonna go for an attack. Cuddle Bear pulling back into his base. He's got a third command center nearly done. Nina has 3 bases, so she can easily, well, make up a lot of the gap in this economy. In fact, it's about even, and the mineral mining is about even as well. Mules are quite a thing, despite having a few less workers. And another downside of this base is you only have access to 1 gas geyser. But, surprise! Banshees! They're back! And now there's no... you can warp in all the Stalkers you want until the Observer gets here. It's not going to matter. Meanwhile, the Blink Stalkers... It's just so hard to maneuver around this map with ground units, even if they can teleport. Another Banshee heading towards the main. How many Banshees have been made in total? 4 Banshees. Finally now, Cuddle Bear... It's not mech, it's just Banshees are good. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Meanwhile, another Banshee heading into the natural. So many probes have died. It's been 15 and counting. This Banshee not being targeted on probes, so a slight reprieve from Nina, but the first Banshee didn't die. Another couple probes go down. The Stalkers hunting with an Observer, very key here. But Cuddle Bear looking for his third. Nina's already here. A single Marine. Gonna sound the alarm. Are there enough units to defend? There's no blink. Don't blunk. Don't blunk. Don't do it! Alright. Okay. Okay. Everybody calm down. It's fine. Oh yeah, of course. A forge and a dark shrine. Some semblance of normalcy here. Would we go Storm? No, of course not. Would we go Colossi? Boring. Oh, we're gonna go for both flavors. The double Templar. Dark and High Templar. The variety pack. Now, will that be for Storm? Are the High Templar for Archons and the DTs for being slicey boys? Or... I don't know. I don't think Nina knows either. She's just gonna... shoot from the hip, really. Where's the charge? There is no charge. Oh no! The charge wasn't upgraded! It's upgraded now! Chrono Boost! Oh, that's a big mistake. Without charge, this army is so much harder to defend. You can't really cut up those Marines. The Stalkers have to do the heavy lifting while the Zealots get gunned down with the stutter step. More Stalkers coming through. Cuddle Bear trying to stand his ground. He's got 1-1 upgrades against 0-0. Without the charge, once again, the Zealots are getting shaved away. But there are so many Stalkers. The pickup is there. The blink is used. 1 medevac with all hands. Gunned down. Oh, they're on the chase, but it dives right back underneath the minerals. Cuddle Bear starting to solidify his position. Storm is on the way. Bunker at the front, suddenly a weak point. It's so hard to maneuver all the way around on both sides as a, well, as anybody. Everybody struggles with that. A slicey boy. Just kind of walks through a scan, probably not noticing. Oh, so close. But yet, so far. That's a very unfortunate scan for Nina here. So, +1 attack, the very first upgrade at about 10 minutes. Contrary to effectively every single guide or coaching I've ever done, Nina's like, I guess eventually we'll get upgrades. When you have the micro skills and build orders of like Harry Potter combined with Luke Skywalker combined with the Eye of Sauron, a lot of micro and macro, then maybe you don't need those upgrades as quickly. The double scan, checking both fronts. Another base is scouted. 4 bases to 3, but Cuddle Bear already has a 4th command center. Oh! The vision is there. The map is dark and full of Terrans. If you don't have these zealots out, their charge is done. 2-2 already on the way for Cuddle Bear. The minerals have mostly been mined, which means this base either could be abandoned or more easily defended, as the charge lots have an area to actually engage. The back mineral wall has not been mined yet. A medevac is heading towards the main. Trying to drop out, using the forge as cover. But not enough. Down goes the medevac. Nina starting to catch up. The income slightly in favor of Cuddle Bear, but not meaningful enough to make a difference. It's really the upgrades. If ever Cuddle Bear can pick a fair fight, which Nina I don't think is ever going to let him, he's got, on paper, the stronger army. He's got better upgrades. He's got a good unit composition. Even up against Storm, he's got plenty. He just got enhanced shockwaves, the increased EMP radius. So right now, Cuddle Bear, what he wants to do is pick a fight. Come out and fight me. Whereas Nina's going to do everything she can to avoid that scenario. No such thing as a fair fight. We're going to shiv in the back. We're going to sweep the leg. Pocket sand. Pocket storm. Even better. So many options. But none of them are trying to fight in the tanks and ghosts straight up. The sensor tower. We'll spot all this. The charge lot's working on the bunker. Stalker's helping out. There's almost nothing there. Cuddle Bear scrambling back, not sure what to do. 4 Marines somehow made it in. I guess the medevac explains a little bit of that. But the natural just being cleaned up. The army's moving down. The engineering bay, unfortunately not the one upgrading, is being targeted. It looks like it will die. Meanwhile, a handful of Marines are just on the other side of the map because they are. 2 1s on the way, while +3 starts. Cuddle Bear with a 3 upgrade advantage. He wants to fight. He needs to fight. Was that an immortal? A scouting immortal? A tried and true strategy of StarCraft 2 for the last decade. Double Disruptor. When you thought it couldn't get any more complicated for Nina, we just added another dimension. Without Liberators, the Disruptors are actually a real threat to the Ghosts. Meanwhile, some random units just being rallied down. Disruptors, 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 Disruptors! Got that Widow Mine. Looking for more. Curves it in. Okay. So, oh, good Storm. The EMP late on the draw. Meanwhile, there are just some random units down here. Nina mostly ignoring them, but they're starting to rack up a little damage. Do the Stalker's Blink. You gotta be careful. The Widow Mines, they burrowed. They try to dodge away. The Disruptor shots are way late on that. Meanwhile, dun dun, he scuttles in. This should inspire Drilling Claws. I expect Drilling Claws in the next few moments. No, the factory is not on the tech lab. Okay, never mind. It's going to be Fusion Core, which I'd have to imagine is for advanced ballistics, but it could also possibly just keep it in the back of your mind. Battle Cruisers! It's not off the table, but there aren't any ship weapons or armor upgrades, so it's a long way off the table. At some point. It's a very long table. Meanwhile, another drop of the ragtag band of Terran ruffians. Meanwhile, EMPs across the board. A recall to protect the top right base, while the gold base, which is essentially mined out. Oh, are there EMPs for the DTs? Oh, the Widow Mine takes one. The Bio takes the rest. Nina trying to outmaneuver here, it looks like, but there's no splash damage with this. A full energy sentry is the only real force multiplier. Nina looking for the pincer attack, but will Cuddle Bear be able to break out before the flank can come home? Nina pulling back at the front. Where are the EMPs? There they are, across the board. No force fields. Cuddle Bear will not be flanked. Storms trying to edge him away. The Disruptors are still pretty far out. A Disruptor shot slides through the Stalkers, but airballs. Nina tried to make a huge play there, but instead Cuddle Bear, he saw it coming, and he broke out with time to spare. Advanced Ballistics hasn't been started, but the Liberators have begun. 2 Colossi on the way as the rest of the Terran army heads north. Cuddle Bear eliminates the gold base, which is effectively mined out. Only a couple, literally 128 minerals left. Disruptor finds all 3 Widow Mines. Triple kill. The main base is buffered by a couple shield batteries and a couple cannons. But, oh, the Templar, 1 storm. 1 storm. Maybe feedbacks an Archon. Oh, Archon time. Cuddle Bear kind of letting up on the pressure. He's meanwhile behind this. Established a 4th base, going for a 5th. He's taken over the underground that Nina still has in mind through the wall here. 7 probes. We've seen this before. Nina, in a tough scenario, less supply, worse upgrades, barely holding on to an economy. It's kind of the MO here. But the game is very, very far from over when there are 4 Disruptors, 11 High Templar, a couple Colossi. And the incomes aren't terrible. Like, Cuddle Bear has had an advantage. Well, that's changing now. Once this base gets up and running, I don't think that'll be true. Oh. The water balloons hits a Colossus. That's the wrong target, just making sure everything works. Meanwhile, Cuddle Bear looking for an all-out assault. He can't recall. Uh-oh. Oh, God. But the Templar! Hold the line! Storms all over the medevacs! Nina moving it to the natural, while Cuddle Bear is ransacking the main. What is there back to defend? Recall is online. A couple more storms. It's going to take some healing. So far, most of the bio has survived through this. There are tanks on the low ground, more Liberators to be utilized. Advanced Ballistics is not done yet, and Nina's army is heading towards the main. A lot of gateways being eliminated here. That's most of the production. There's still 6 gateways, but they're scattered throughout the bases. Nina slapping down more gateways as soon as possible. Disruptors are in the main. There's nothing back at home to defend. We're in a weird base trade rotation here as Nina is on top of the production of Cuddle Bear. Nothing's going to come out and survive for particularly long. Advanced Ballistics is still researching. That's a huge upgrade in this scenario, but there's not a Stargate to actually deal with this. So Cuddle Bear denies the extended thermal lance, whereas Nina didn't go for the fusion core, which means Advanced Ballistics looks like it's gonna finish. 3, 2, 1. Big upgrade completion there. And now the Liberators are that much more dangerous. They can extend at arms like Nina still. When does the recall come out? The Disruptors don't care what they shoot. Trying to take out the Ghost Academy. Working on the tech. 16, 17, 18, 19 probes. Everybody's at 50 or less. More coming up. Down goes the Nexus. Only 2 remain. Nina on the other side of the map. Once you're out of next side, the EMPs, the recall comes out before it can get EMP'd. The EMP on the 3rd made it so there couldn't be a recall there. Cuddle Bear still has way more army supply, but the Liberators are committed. The Liberators and the tanks are committed on the other side of the map, which means only the more malleable, squishy bio units are left. And now, okay. Cuddle Bear comes out of this way in a great position. Nina does not know. Well, the sensor towers kind of give it away. But Nina hasn't really seen how much infrastructure is down in the underground. It looks like we're playing a split map scenario, but not how you expected when this game started. Cuddle Bear will claim the south, and Nina the north. As a resident of the great state of North Dakota. Appropriate. One of the 4 people with internet in North Dakota. The Disruptors are so dangerous. But the Liberator count at 9 is almost overwhelming. Like, at some point, you're just not going to be able to attack these locations. Liberators creating a projected freedom zones. Meanwhile, Nina still has 43 probes. She's recovering, but no, you can't get through those mineral walls. There's a probe! There's a probe! But you gotta get through both. Is recall cooldown? Still about 30 seconds. Disruptor. Oh, that curveball finds the mark. Cuddlebear still has money. He's desperately trying to put his production back online. Yo, you're trapped. Nina is trapped. She's cornered. Back to the minerals. There needs to be... how many probes are in this army? There's one probe. If there were 2 probes, you can mine your way out. Just take in whatever she can get. Meanwhile, whatever sick Hexa drop is on the way out. It's spotted. Oh, the Templar! The Templar! Oh no! Oh, the opportunity's missed. The Templar. They fight. Well, actually, or were they just waiting? Nope. Oh, the storm gets 1 storm. That's something. Meanwhile, oh no, the army was recalled! The survivors, some were left behind, including all the disruptors. Oh no, they're on the run! Liberation is chasing them! There's so much splash damage, but the liberation is at hand, somehow outmaneuvers. Meanwhile, Bio Army is moving towards the north, the second cyber core of the game. Take it out. The liberators are chasing the survivors. Oh no, the move command, the hotkeys. Oh, it's a disaster for Nina. She's desperately trying to find a way out, but it looks like everyone is locked in. Like, we're storming individual Marines, a probe is on the way. I mean, what are you gonna do at this point? What your best is the answer. Another storm. The water balloons come out. Oh. And the 4 High Templar hit squad. The Council is actually like they have +3 attack. Oh no, the storms. Who has energy, boys? Oh no, another. They survive. Oh, good luck. Oh, 3 Templar survivors. Nina's still holding on. There are a dozen liberators, but now they're moving past the breach. Oh, Storms finds the mark. Gonna kill 1, 2 liberators there. Finally, the great Templar. Oh, finally these minerals will be mined out as well. But the escape came too late for the Templar. They did not have enough energy to go on. Meanwhile, Nina slips through the breach. And now here we go again. A base trade round 2. Psionic Storm Boogaloo. What is back at home? How many liberators? Not that many. Most of the army, you can't recall Terran units. We're just going all the way around the map. The top left corner being taken by Nina as she works on the bottom left. The last units. Oh, liberation. The Venn diagram of freedom is overwhelming. The liberator budget is too damn high. And no probes will survive. Meanwhile, the planetary fortress, the boys doing their best, but it's not going to be good enough. This is the vast majority of Cuddlebear's SCVs. Nina is down to 39 probes, but Cuddlebear is sitting at 28 SCVs. Army supply, though, with money in the bank, 152. All the production Nina has rebuilt. In the top left corner, we're running out of bases to build at. And also mine, of course. What? The Templar Archive survived! This has fueled most of the defense thus far. The fact that the one building left in the main is the Templar Archives is the worst possible building he could have had left to contend with. Oh, the storms are incredible. A lot more going down. Buildings are in flight. An armory survived. Going for +2 ship weapons, which means even more liberation is at hand. A great storm, but not great enough. The fusion core is building depots in the main as Cuddlebear is supply blocked. Nina, desperate, the last bases to hold. There's nothing left to retreat to. We've gone across the entire map. The rest of the army will come together. A lot is back home here. The 5, 6, 7 liberators. There are 16 liberators and not much else. There's no Stargate for Nina. She's just got to deal with this with Blink Stalkers, which is a precise and painstaking and fraught with potential disaster. More storms. Well, how many Templar? There's still 3 Templar, and those 3 Templar are up against enhanced shockwave ghosts. The Liberators are closing in. The jaws of freedom. Constricting movement between the bases. Recall is online. Is there anything here in the top left? Nina! Abandoned! Again! Where is there left to go? The refugee plays! But no, just 2G plays. Where are the probes going? The probes are... Wait, what? There's nothing here. The probes can actually kill SCVs. Why? Meanwhile, how many buildings are left? Wait. Whoa. Okay, there's a few pylons over in this corner. There's enough for a nexus. The probes are killed. Nina's gonna be supply blocked probably for the rest of the game. Cuddle Bear, his production. He's got so many command centers, but they're all under attack. More liberators on the way. Will he scramble back? That Nina's about to be revealed. If a nexus doesn't start in the next few seconds, will be revealed. Oh no! There's still 3 High Templar. No Disruptors survive. Those High Templar are the most important units in this game right now. By a huge margin. There's a Colossus. Cuddle Bear. Oh, Liberators from the back as well! Where are the Storms? The Storms! The EMP's left! Templar are gone! And Cuddle Bear finally eliminates Nina's last units. In the longest base trade. One way or another, Nina makes it interesting. Cuddle Bear trying to keep up and showing he can adapt. And winning it for his team, Alpha X. Thank you to Alpha X for putting that on. Well, hopefully, what do you think? More Nina games? I think so. As well as Cuddle Bear, but who was the protagonist and the antagonist at the same time? Who knows? That's a lot of multitasking. Thank you to Drickit, Team Alpha X, Team Exxon, the players, you, for liking and subscribing and typing Kappa in the chat. And for watching StarCraft 2. Thank you for watching. Good luck and have fun.